clarify this. Are y'all telling us that if you are not related to us, if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting? Is that what you're telling us?
Should you protect all women? My answer is you should protect most women. There's certain cases where I believe a female could remove the need for protection from the outside source. As a man, I have a fiance, and I hope that if she's in danger, someone will go out and protect her. But I hope she's not deliberately putting herself in a situation where she'll need to be protected by someone else. That is what I hope. Because if I see someone that's in danger, I will help them if I feel that they need my help. But if I see someone that is the provocateur of a situation, I'm not gonna go assist them because I feel like you got it. You're gonna go inside someone's face, spit, smack, hit them, push them, and start a fight. Well, I'm gonna stand back. I'm not trying to get involved. I'm not trying to take a punch for you because you kind of deserve that. But I will remove the person away from you if you're getting your ass whooped. I'll do that. I'm not gonna start throwing hands with you. But let's say like a random dude and a random girl, just like a random dude pulls up on a girl and starts trying to hit her. I'll probably try to throw a punch for the girl, like, cause hey yo, she probably needs more help than the girl that's gonna be a provocateur of a situation. That's just what my beliefs are. And I believe a lot of dudes believe like, hey yo, a girl's gonna start a problem. I'm not gonna go out my way to help her. But if another female is just gonna be in just a situation where a problem occurs to her, oh yeah, I'm more prone to help that individual. I believe most guys think of that, and I believe it is a smart way to think. But let's look at some reasons why and why not you should protect women or not protect women. This video was all an idea because of the girl that got hit with a brick inside the head. After more information came out, there's news about like that the whole situation was made up, that she might not have got hit with the brick exactly, that there was injections put, or that she started a situation where she was going deliberately looking for a fight. There's so much going on, and there's the part where she was blaming some of the men, specifically she was blaming black men for not getting involved. I found the reason why one black man particularly didn't get involved, and he kind of makes a good argument. Like I understand she got hit with a brick, but you don't go start trying to pick a fight and then get mad when someone responds. He shouldn't have hit her with the brick. But I'm not gonna be going around hitting people, slamming people, and then when they want to respond with a deadly force, get upset because that's in the realm of possibility. You don't know who's crazy nowadays, so don't be fucking with people. Y'all need to leave people alone. Thinking, oh yeah, I can go mess with so and so, and not realize so and so is a crazy person.
Getting involved in random or domestic disputes is one of the most dangerous things that you can get involved with. You see, men understand the true consequences of battle, the true consequences of violence. Women romanticize about it, as if they expect, like in the movies, for the knight in shining armor to come and save the day. In this world, you have to assess the context of a situation and understand and prioritize how to protect yourself and your own family first. Because if something happens to me, then what's going to happen to my family? And in this world, you must conduct yourself in a way that's worthy of protection. And truth be told, mama,
I was one of the guys who was there that did not help her when she was getting hit with the brick, right? I feel like people need to know the whole story before they start commenting and say things they don't understand or they don't know. You guys don't even remember who you guys are trying to defend, who you guys are trying to speak up for. This is the same woman that was going around smacking white people in the streets. She's not innocent. She was actually taunting the guy to hit her. Why would I go defend somebody that's actually looking for trouble?
Facts.
This woman, she is literally a troublemaker.
Yes.
Everybody that knows her in our community knows she's a troublemaker. I'm not going to risk my life over somebody that's actually out there looking for trouble.
Never.
If you go on social media, online, you're going to see some of her antic videos, taunting people, looking for a reaction. Well, she got what she been looking for, and you guys are giving her the attention that she was actually seeking for.
So I have a question for the ladies. What is the limit of a man's protection? Should he lend his protection to a female, regardless of the situation, regardless of whatever she did beforehand, as long as she's in danger, protect her? Or should he taking the whole situation. Like, hey, if she did something, like she'll assault someone ahead of time, and then say, "Oh, help me, help me." They should couldn't defend her. I agree that the least you could have done is call 911 and like block like shit. You know, even if you didn't fucking defend her from the dude getting hit with the brick, after the brick got hit, just call 911. Like, you good? Like, hey yo, be by her side, damn, cause ain't she could do after the brick. Me, I'm just gonna picture the license plate and I'm gonna pop my day, cause not gonna lie, I don't know the lady. And with the antics that she did ahead of time, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Not every female is worthy of protection, especially if they're people that instigate themselves into situations that make them need to be protected. Most females do not need to be protected because they don't live a life where they need to be protected. They don't live a life where they're causing drama. They live a life where they're doing creeping to themselves and doing their own thing, but not instigating stuff. Unlike this individual, where you hear the dude say all the BS she did ahead of time. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So let's continue with this question. Should men protect women at all costs, at all times? Fellas, ask yourself, if you're in this next situation, what would you do? Is she ready to be protected? And ladies, tell me, if you're in this situation, would you press it any further where you need to be protected? What would y'all do? And what would your expectation of protection be?
It's sexy, we say no. As you can see, these fools want to start trouble. There are many of them, so the only way to survive is to keep on walking.
Are you done?
It's sexy, we say no. As you can see, these fools want to start trouble. There are many of them, so the only way to survive is to keep on walking.
Exactly.
Are you done?
But, ladies and gentlemen,
walk
we have
away
a complete
still,
fool
brothers.
that wants
Brothers,
to
walk
dead.
away, grab your girl.
You want to deal with these fools?
Deal with who? Monko should deal with them. No, look at the fool. No, look at the fool. She is.
So, what? A dude's supposed to stay in that situation with his girl, putting his life in danger? If that was me, turn around and starts talking smack, I'm grabbing her arm and, hey, yo, shut the fuck up, we going. If she try to fight me back about staying there, I'm letting her arm go and walking away. Call me what you want. I don't care. Because my most important thing I'm trying to do is go home alive. This next video is from Tim Cass. It's going to prove that, hey, men are like ignoring women and not going to protect women because we're getting tired of hearing, hey, yo, don't patronize me. Hey, yo, we're getting tired of that. When we go to help you, you take it as a sign of disrespect. So if you take us just trying to be helpful because that's what we're raised to do, hey, yo, you see someone that needs your help them out because that's what we're raised to do. If you want to take that as a sign of disrespect, we're going to stop helping y'all. And that's what dudes been doing. So now females are getting upset with that. So what's the solution? What you gotta say, Tim Cass? Fair use, fair use.
I did a video on my main channel. Men are refusing to help women and children. It got millions of views. And it was just like this 15-minute thing of me talking about it. There were a handful of stories. One, a woman was on a train and some guy started getting in her face, schmoozing on her and being really aggressive, and no man would intervene. And then she was really angry and she was like, why wouldn't any man stand up for me? Well, there's a lot of reasons why they won't do it. Another story I read years ago, this may be like 10 years ago now at this point. A guy was in a store and there was a journalist who was in a store, saw a child crying with no parent, seemingly lost. Yeah. And she said, I saw a man walk towards this kid, looking at the kid, concerned, then stopped, looked around, turned around, and walked away. They ran up to the child, like this person, and got a security guard to help the person. And then the reporter said she then ran to the man and asked him why he turned around and didn't help the kid. And the man said, because I would be accused of having kidnapped that kid and I don't want to be involved. That is a crazy prospect that we have this story from Philadelphia where a woman was being raped on the train in front of people. And what did they do? Most of them just said, leave me alone. Some of them started filming. No one did anything. There's a lot of reasons why men are outright refusing to help women. One, I think some men have disdain for modernity. That we're in this era of toxic masculinity is toxic. Women can do whatever they want, and without consequence. That's how they feel. I'm not saying it's true. And so you'll get a guy who's probably watching him and be like, "Screw him, I don't care, not my problem." Whereas there is an inverted. I was just watching The Imitation Game about Alan Turing. And it's such BS because he didn't crack Enigma. I was reading up on it. It was like some Polish guy actually who did, but he built the machine. But anyway, he's trying to recruit this woman, and she's like, it would be indecorous of me to come and work for His Majesty because it would be around men. And so then he's like, you can work and be in the women's dorms. And then he can't go to her place because he's a man. That's the alternative, right? A society where the men and women are separated. When the men are overprotective, you get that. When the men feel like they're not allowed to protect women and children, they'll be punished, imprisoned, or insulted for being masculine. You get the inverse. Is there a happy medium? Or what do you guys feel about this?
I feel like that's what we're trying to work out in society. To what extent do we help, and to what extent do we let females do things by themselves? Because there's always gonna be someone that say, "Why didn't you help?" Oh, or someone that says, "She could have done it by herself. Why were you blocking in her way?" So, how do we go back to the days of chivalry? I mean, it gotta be complete chivalry. Like men, hey, open the doors and do that, but females gotta do the part of chivalry that applies for the females, which they never want to bring up. We've got to come together as a society, like not in a government level, but like at a society level where people that's in society that we respect and their opinion that we value say, hey yo, this is how you're gonna do it as a cycle. And if this happens, we're gonna do the men will do this, but the females gotta do this and respond. And as long as the majority of men and females agree, we could be like, all right, we could work with that. But we would never do that. We would never come up with like no code like that because people are too selfish and more worried about themselves, more about the individual. And I want instinct is off on like a lighter note, something a little bit more funny. I don't want to leave something so intense like that. When men protecting women, they should be cautious and be like, am I doing something? Am I in the right? Is she in the right? And what can happen? What can the possible outcomes happen in me? As can you die from this? Can you retain any grave bodily injury from this? Like you got to take all those into consideration. And like, don't be out there trying to put your life on the line or trying to get injured for a female that's out there starting problems. I can understand if she gets there and a problem happen, but someone that goes looking for problems, don't be trying to help those individuals because they know what they want. They want someone to come and step in to solve the problem for them. They want to be able to like, hey, yo, yeah. They want to weaponize their femininity so they can use men to fight their battles for them. So check out another video why I believe you should only protect most women and not all. And if you're gonna do it, please get more of the story. Don't just rush in there without getting more of the story of what's going on.
Now, as I'm walking back up the street, I see the airman that we met the other night, surrounded by like 5 dudes.
Hey, shout out Air Force. I was a Marine.
And she's currently undoing her
Oh
earrings
no.
while surrounded by 3 other girls. They pounced. Now I'm over here trying to separate these. Push 2 girls off, trying to get the
3 other girls.
each other's hair. I finally get them to let go. I back the tech sergeant up against the wall, trying to be a barrier between her and the danger. And then my ass get hit in the jaw. And then my ass got stomped the out. By the grace of God, they decided to stop.
That dude got beat up because he wanted to help out a female friend. He got stunned out. He said, I hope he's not risking his life for a female that's living life dangerously, and that's wilding out. Let's see.
We hobble our way back to my car, and as I'm driving everybody back to base, I start inquiring about shit. What the just happened? Why did I just have to get my ass beat? And you wanna know what the tech sergeant said to me? She said as they were walking back to my car, they overheard the group of girls in front of us talking amongst themselves. One of the Latina or white girls used the N-word. Guh, not once again amongst themselves. And
Black people getting in fights over the N-word, that gotta stop. That really gotta stop. It's like, it's no longer a big deal. If y'all want to take my black card for saying it, it's not a big. So hearing a white person say the N-word is not worth the fight anymore. It is 2023, and I'm calling it right now. It is September 2023. We're not fighting because the white person said the N-word. We're just gonna look at them funny, but we're not gonna be trying to fight for it. It's not that serious.
And she took exception to that. Decided to say something about it, which somehow little altercation. Now, in the other airman, he got blood leaking down his face. Tech sergeant got claw marks all over. I'm over here with a busted nose and shit. And you want to know what she has the nerve to say? She gonna say, I'm glad tonight went down like this, because I feel like they're gonna think twice the next time they go to say that word. Motherfucker, twice about the time where they beat our ass.
He was funny, not gonna lie. But for real though, if he was to acquire, if he was to like find out what happened before hands were thrown, do you think he would have fought? Do you think he would be like, bro, this is not even a reason to fight. Let's just get out of here, like over the N word? That's what he got. They got beat up quite badly in South over the N word. Hey yo, it's not that big a deal. And because a female want to be all up in her emotions, feeling some type of way, she got everybody put hands on. And now look at them. That's the thing twice before they say it again. Like, no, they won't. They won't. Trust me. People who say the N word, especially if they're not black, they don't give a fuck. So you might as well start trying to fucking police everybody's speech because you hate when people police your speech. We need to like stop saying the N word to everybody because that's the only way it could stop. But hey, yo, back to the question. So I'm leaving you. Should you protect all women? My answer is, in most situations, yes, because most females do not walk around on a day-to-day basis needing to be protected. If a female's out there instigating problems and starting shit, don't be expecting a man to get. And in between that, you gotta solve that yourself. But if something happens, hey yo, we got y'all. I feel like that's how the social code is gonna be. Hey, if you don't cause a problem, we'll help you out. But if you're the cause of the problem, you're on your own, big dog. Hey yo, I'm out.
And we're out of here like a screaming herd of turtles.